Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel if it's your first time. Today I'm starting a brand new tag called Collectors Mass Market Must-Haves. I thought this would be a really fun and useful tag for our community because there are so many amazing decks that are easily available. No hunting for out-of-print editions, no breaking the bank, just beautiful, accessible decks that anyone can find. This tag is all about celebrating those mass market decks that truly deserve a spot in every collection, whether for their history, their artistry, or you can present your own reasons. There will also be a second and third part to this tag in the future, each one focused on a different group of card lovers. So this first one is for collectors. So all the decks I'm recommending are the ones I believe every tarot collector must have. And the next two tags will be one for professional card readers and one will be for the experts, such as teachers, creators, historians, influencers, and so on. I think I'm going to call that one Study Mass Market Must-Haves. Decks that are best for people who would like to study a tarot-related or divination, occult-related subject using a deck. But let's focus on this one, the one that we're doing today. The mass market decks for collectors. I have chosen 13 prompts, but these are my prompts. You can have your own prompts. You can use my prompts or change them as you see fit for yourself. And you can also show only tarot, only oracle, or all types of cartomancy decks. So take this tag and do whatever you want with it. Just bear in mind that the decks should be mass market and in print, and focus on the specific category, which is the collectors this time. I'd love for this to be a community-wide conversation, so I'm inviting you to make a VR here on YouTube or share your pics on Instagram using the hashtag collectorsmmusthaves. And I am tagging a few channels at the end, the ones I know that have a good collection of mass market tarot and oracle and cartomancy decks. And if you are participating in this, please do the same so we can see more mass market tarot recommendations. And remember, you don't have to do all the prompts and you can add your own or create your own. All right, let's get into the prompts. The first one is an oldie but a goodie. I have chosen Tarot of the Witches. By the way, I will link all these decks in the description box for you guys because some of them don't have a box. I have unfortunately thrown away the boxes, but I will link all of them in the description box. And if you want to order any of these, please remember to go through my links because these are affiliate links. I would really appreciate that. An oldie but a goodie, I have chosen Tarot of the Witches. Instructions by Stuart Copeland, and the paintings are by Fergus Hall, which was a renowned artist. This deck was created in the 70s, but it is still available on Amazon. Look at these cool bags. So this is a pip deck, and Fergus Hall's iconic art style. I could also put this deck in underrated category because there is also an underrated category. This is such an important tarot deck in tarot history. Important at the same time, very underrated. And oh yeah, so this is on the box as well. Tarot of the Witches by Fergus Hall. It has this whimsical, surreal style, which is really cool, right? Even the pips are really cool. And if you're into reading with pip decks, this deck reads really well. But if you're just a collector, like you collect decks that you think are good collector items, I definitely recommend this one. I don't know how much longer it will stay in print, but it's really cool. So this was my first deck, an oldie but a goodie. Okay, the next one, an RWS deck. An RWS deck that I think every collector must have is the Albano Weight Tarot. My copy is a vintage one and in French, but this deck is widely available. And mine is in order, so I'm going to keep it in order, but this is a stunning RWS. Quite popular among collectors. It is famous for its psychedelic vibes and color palette. Look at these oranges and the purples. Yeah, it's really cool. So for an RWS, I definitely recommend this one. The third prompt says a Non-Marseille pip deck. I really try to show one deck per prompt, but I think only with this one I have two decks because I really had to show them both. I could show for each prompt 10 decks at least. But I've been really good. I chose only one. You can show more. I'm just doing one because I don't have much time. Anyway, this is the El Gran Tarot Esoterico. Again, I don't have the box. So this is a Picard system. It's not a Marseille system. With Picard, the cups are the suit of air and the swords are the suit of water. This is again a very important deck in tarot history. It's from Fournier and it has really beautiful pips and court cards. Very interesting majors and court cards. The card quality is amazing. This deck has been in print from the 70s and it's still available mass market. Love this death card. I love every single card in this deck. And she reads beautifully. Okay, here are the information cards. So I definitely recommend this one. I think every tarot collector must have this deck. And it's very affordable. It's like under 20 bucks. And the other non-Marseille pip deck that I think every tarot collector must have is the Minchiata Alcinio or Alcinio. Some people say Alcinio. I'm still not 100% convinced which one is the correct pronunciation. So this one is by Lo Scarabeo, the Anima Antico series. This one is still in print. I checked. I wanted to show at least one Anima Antico deck in this video because all of them are collector decks. This is a Minchiata, a type of Minchiata, which is Alcinio, is the name of the deck and the name of the type as well. And it's so cool. Look at these colors. I mean, Minchiata deck has 97 cards. It has virtue cards, the zodiac cards, and the elements on top of the 78 tarot cards, standard tarot cards. And these Anima Antica decks are always limited edition. Once they are sold out forever. This one is still in print. And it's a gorgeous one, and it's a Minchiata. I think every tarot collector must have a Minchiata, at least one Minchiata. And this gorgeous one is right now available. Maybe by the time you're watching this video, it won't be available anymore, but right now, November 2025, this deck is still available, and it's gorgeous. Okay, prompt number 4, A Marseille style deck. I want to show you guys Piatnik. Again, I don't have the box for this one. Many of my older decks belong to the time where I used to throw away the boxes and keep my decks in silk scarves or silk pouches. But after a while, I realized that this is not practical. I have way too many decks. And the best way is to keep a deck in its box, in my opinion. Okay, so this one is called Piatnik. I bought this one actually in 2018. This deck is the reproduction of 18th century Tarot Renan by Ignaz Krebs. And it's published by Piatnik in Vienna. Piatnik is an Austrian publisher that I love. I am really grateful for their publishings they have. I think all of their decks are collector's decks, which is actually a prompt. But let's talk about this deck now. It's a facsimile. It's gorgeous. The cardstock is incredible. Look at this hermit. All the characters are iconic. It's an important deck in tarot history. It's beautiful, with a really good sense of humor. Look at him. Yeah, I definitely recommend this deck to tarot collectors. Look at him. So naive. Okay, and let's move on to the next prompt. An underrated artist, a very underrated artist, I believe, is the illustrator of Tarot Carlotides or Carlotides, Tarot des Carlotides. It's a Spanish word. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Look at the inside of the box. So this is a Fournier deck. The deck itself is quite well known, but the artist is not, which is Carlota Santos. So, look at the backs. This is a beautiful art. Beautiful and interesting. Contemporary and folklore. It's a really good mix of everything. Love the colors. It's done so well. You have many different cultures. It's very versatile and whimsical and very artistic as well. I mean, it's really cool. It's such a beautiful deck. I know the deck itself is not underrated, but the artist is. And I think every collector must have this deck in their collection, because it's a Fournier deck. What we know about Fournier decks is usually when the decks go out of print, that's it. There are many out-of-print Fournier decks nowadays that are OOP, and they all cost an arm and a leg. Look at him. Yeah, this is a fabulous deck. I recommend this as a great mass market tarot deck, a must-have for collectors. Next prompt, a historical deck. So a historical deck here, I chose a Non-Marseille deck, Ancient Egyptian Tarot. And this is created by Flame Tree Publishing Ltd. in 2024. Very underrated. This deck is illustrated by David Jones based on the original 1896 and 1906 Tarot and Practical Astrology books by Robert Falconier and Comte de Saint-Germain. The original deck from 1909, I think. The original deck is from 1909, right? I have seen that deck online. That deck is the exact same thing as this one, but in black and white. This one is redrawn and colored version of the original deck. And it's incredible. This deck is so intriguing. I have done readings with it. It's an important deck in tarot history, and it's available mass market and very underrated. I think this is an important deck in tarot history and a fabulous addition to your collection if you're a collector. And I think it's quite the same as the A RWS Tarot. The same illustrations. Yeah, it is the same. This is definitely the same illustrations as the A RWS Tarot, which I'm going to get very soon. It's awesome that this deck is available mass market on Amazon. And I love the colors as well. The colors are kind of primary and primitive, but not harsh. Okay, a deck by a renowned artist or with a renowned artist's art. So you can choose one of these two, or you can show both. I have a deck by a renowned artist, and I have a deck that is created by a creator using the art of a renowned artist. I have chosen both. So first, a deck by a renowned artist is Dolly. I have the Fabry out of print version, but this deck is available mass market on Amazon. And this is Dolly's tarot deck. Dolly created a tarot deck, which is this. Incredible. Beautiful. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Dolly. My husband is. My husband is an artist, and his absolute favorite artist is Dolly. For me, Dolly is great, but he's not my absolute favorite artist, but his deck is. This deck is gorgeous. I mean, look at it. And she reads well. Oof. I mean, what do I need to say? I don't even need to say anything, right? It was in order. The thing is, I don't have to tell you why I think Dolly's deck should be in everyone's collection. Unless you hate his work or you don't like his personality, which is understandable. I'm also not a big fan of his personality at all, but I do appreciate his art. I think we don't need to be a fan of a person to be appreciative of their art. I think we can separate these two. So that's a deck created by a renowned artist. And then a deck that was created using the art of a renowned artist, which is Ed Berrin's William Blake Tarot. And this is already a 3rd edition what I have, which is what is now available. This is published by Red Feather Schiffer. So Ed Berrin has used William Blake's paintings and poetry in this stunning deck. I am so happy with this deck. I am really grateful for this whole thing, the box, the guidebook. Look at this gilding. This is a larger card size, and Ed Berrin has put William Blake's art and poetry into a tarot system, and he has done a good job. Fruition, 9 of paintings. The suit of paintings is the suit of water. The star. Ace of paintings, 10 of paintings. Transformation, death. And then the suit of science is the suit of air. Right? Yeah, it must be. I have not used this deck for a long time. High Priestess is mystery. And the Tower is lightning. Discipline, 8 of paintings. Music, the suit of music is the suit of fire. Woman of music. Loud and more loud, living music floats upon the air. The Emperor is reason. I love the keywords that he has chosen for the cards. So yeah, it's gorgeous. It has everything. The cards are beautiful. The paintings are stunning and unique. It has poetry. The box, the cards, stock, everything. This is definitely a must-have. The suit of poetry is the suit of earth. Woman of poetry. I'm so glad this deck exists. %100 recommended. Let me know, by the way, which one was your favorite or which one you're going to get. And also, if you don't have a channel, if you don't have an Instagram account, still let me know which mass market decks do you recommend for a collector. Then we have a deck by a renowned occultist, Grand Eteia Egyptian Gypsies Tarot. It's created by Grimaud, who's a French publisher. It was created first in 1977 and it's still in print. But the 70s version has different backs, but that one is not in print. We are showing only in print decks in this tag. And anyways, this is Eteia's tarot deck. It has upright and reversed meanings. So here you have illness if it's reversed and sorrow if it's upright. It's not in the same order as your Marseille tarots. It has its own order. Like here, the death card is at number 17. And Eteia's system is really interesting, of course. Eteia was a huge occultist who introduced the reversed system and has created his own meanings and interpretations. It's a whole system. But this deck is important from that standpoint That is a Tails deck. It's a pip deck. And it's gorgeous. The colors are so vivid. I think every collector's collection needs to have a copy. Next is a new deck, recent release, last few years. A deck that was released in the last year or two that you think deserves a spot in a collector's shelf. I chose Call of the Morrigan. The art is by Naomi Cornock and it's written by Stephanie Woodfield and Karen Storminger. Published by Llewellyn. This deck is quite famous. You probably have seen it before. It has a great guidebook. It teaches you about the Morrigan and how to work with her. And then the cards. I have edged it myself. Look at the backs. There is some nudity in the cards, so I have to be careful. This is the beautiful art of Naomi Cornock. Wild and profound. As an oracle deck, it works beautifully, but also just as an art deck. I mean, this deck is multifunctional. It's good for study as well, for learning. But I think this deck really is a collector's deck as well. Because of the quality of everything. The guidebook, the cards, the artwork. What do you think? Wow. Okay, so this was a new deck, prompt number 10, an underrated deck. We had an underrated artist and now an underrated deck. I think this is a very important prompt. I hope everyone will do this prompt. For underrated deck, I have chosen the Byzantine Tarot by Silicon Way and John Matthews. So the art is by Silicon Way and the write-ups by John Matthews. This deck was published by Red Feather and Schiffer. Although you might have seen this deck, but this deck does not get the attention and the love it deserves. Look at these backs, and I have edged it. The guidebook is a good meaty guidebook. You get this amount per card. See? This is a large size guidebook. The guidebook is awesome. And the cards are stunning. Unless you hate this art style, which I really don't think anyone would hate this art style, right? It's just beautiful. It's kind of a medieval art style, but in a fine form, in a fine art form. The cards are matte. The cardstock is beautiful. I really believe this deck needs more attention. Deserves more attention, not that it needs more attention. Deserves a lot more attention and appreciation and love from the community. I really believe it belongs in any collector's shelf. I'm going to show you all the cards. The suits are color coded with the borders. I really enjoy this cardstock. It's matte, but it's not too soft. It's not rose petally. So it shuffles really well. The cards are a bit larger than your standard tarot size. I love this Judgment card. So the Byzantine Tarot is the underrated deck. A deck by a renowned creator is the next prompt. I'm going to show you the Yokioe Lenormand by Robert M. Place. This is such a gorgeous deck. It has a guidebook in French with the explanation, description of all the cards. So it's a Japanese Lenormand, Japanese style. It comes gilded. And you have the Japanese name of the creature, because Yokioe is Japanese spirit creatures. So it's the name of the spirit and the French meaning. Like here, Kitsune is a spirit fox. Come on. Yeah, it's Robert M. Place's art. Which is beautiful. And this Lenormand deck is under $20. If you want a really high quality addition for your collection without breaking the bank, this is a good option. Like for me, I sometimes really have that craving that I want to add something to my collection. From a collector's standpoint, an important deck that is a true collector's deck. But I don't want to break the bank. There are many mass market decks nowadays that we can opt for, right? That have that collector's quality to them. And this is definitely one of them. But this box even, the box is made of fabric. I mean, it's a hard box, but it's covered by fabric. As most of Robert M. Place's decks are like this. An important esoteric tarot. I have the Hermetic Tarot here. Again, I don't have the box. But this is an important esoteric Hermetic tarot deck that I think every tarot collector must have. And I have been adding color to mine. I mean, I started adding color many years ago. And I still want to finish it when I get the time, but it's really cool. This is a really good deck. This is available mass market, published by US Games and created by Godfrey Dawson. Here are the cards that I added color to. It's not done yet. And I added a little bit of color to each card. What do you think? Shall I keep coloring it? I mean, this card is not done yet, right? Some of them, when you start coloring it, you realize that you need to add more. Looks cool though with color. If I get some free time, I will do that, but I've been really busy lately. Not complaining, I've been busy with good things, but I would like to play around a little bit. The last prompt, your favorite mass market publisher for collector decks. My favorite mass market publisher for this category is Piotnik. Piotnik is an Austrian publisher. They have been there for many years, for definitely more than 50 years, maybe 100 years, I don't know. They have all types of decks. They have tarot decks, for example, this one, the Eclectic Tarot. Which is important tarot deck. I have edged mine in gold. Look at the backs. This deck was illustrated by Joseph Machinka. In 1984, and it's still in print. Piotnik has many amazing decks that are out of print. This one is still in print. And I recommend it. I think this is one of those decks, if it goes out of print, it's going to cost an arm and a leg. And it's really cool. So Piotnik not only publishes tarot decks, but also a lot of tarots and tarot sort of decks, which is a German form of tarot. This one is Damen Tarot. Damen Tarot is translated as the fine ladies, of course, it's like fine women, fine ladies. Between 1910 and 1935. These are the backs. I'm just going to quickly show you these tarots. So a tarot is usually, I mean, there are different types of tarot, but this one, the pips are usually less than your tarot decks. Like here with the red suits, you have 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And with the black suits, you have 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you have all the major arcana. And upright and reversed, you can read different stories. So these are the majors with upright and reversed. And then these are the court cards. So this is the Diamond Tarot. I have a few to show you. I have quite a lot of their decks, these tarots. This one is a German one, Tarot mit Wiener Typen. So this one is from which year? (1875), Vienna. So here we have the majors on the upright. So sweet. And then again we have the red suits, which are the feminine suits. Here it starts from 2, 2, 3, 4, and then Jack. Here you do have a knight, so you have like a page, knight, queen, and king. There's also an ace. The ace comes after the king, yeah. I just remembered, sorry. The ace is supposed to be after the king. So again, you have 2, 3, 4, and then page, knight, queen, and king, ace. And then with the masculine suit, you have 7, 8, 9, 10, page, knight, queen, and king. And they're really fun. And proper historical decks, and they're like around $20. Another one is the Chinesen Tarot, Vienna 1820. So this is really cool. This is a European guy's imagination of Chinese people and situations, which is really funny. So here again we have the upright and reversed stories of Chinese people. Chinesen Tarot means Chinese tarot. So here we have the majors, and then we have the courts. These are the kings, the jacks, the queens. Oh no, so those are the knights. Here we have the knights again, and then these are the jacks, and then we have the pips. Chinesen Tarot. Joseph Estelle, Vienna 1820. I do have a lot of these. I don't want to show you guys all of them, but just this one as well. Tarot key d'Alain, designed by A Aurel in the beginning of 20th century. And this Aurel guy was a renowned artist back then. So this deck was quite famous. It's an important deck in history of tarot decks. Again, this one has upright and reversed. So beautiful. Upright and reversed stories for the majors. And then here you have the full pips from ace to 10. And each suit is a different ethnicity. Like here we have the Japanese people, Japanese or Chinese. I think this is Chinese. No, it's Japanese. And then for the hearts, we have like Egyptian or Persian. They look Persian too, especially this guy. Or maybe Indian. And then with spades, we have Spanish. So cool. And then with the diamonds, we have this one also looks very Persian to me, this guy. Middle Eastern. They're beautiful and the cardstock is amazing. Argio Orel in Trieste it's a place in Austria, 1884 to 1942. He was a famous illustrator, and this is his deck. And they also have this type of, at Piotnik, they also have like this type of game cards, historical game cards. But this one, Yos, has only 36 cards. Yos, I think, is the name of the game. But they have a lot of this type of cards as well, which are genuine historical decks, but with fresh coloring. So they do have also this type of deck at Piotnik. So my answer to favorite mass market publisher who publishes a lot of collectors decks, my recommendation is Piotnik, the Austrian publisher. So guys, this was it. I am really looking forward to see your VRs. Please make a VR, even if you just want to show just 2-3 decks, but this is good, you know, this is about mass market decks. This makes everyone happy. And I'm sure a lot of people will watch your video. I am tagging Tammy Pie, Second Thoughts About the Mission, Dark Fae Tarot, Mervat, the Egyptian mystic, Sandra, Julia, Simon. I might think of a few more channels who I know have a good mass market collection, and they definitely will have some really good recommendations. And you guys, if you make a VR, please remember to tag your friends, the ones who can really contribute to this. I am really excited to see your picks and your recommendations. Thank you so much for watching if you stayed to the end. Peace.